In a green valley, surrounded by rolling hills and tall swaying grass, there was a cheerful village called Sunny Meadow. The sun always shone brightly, warming the earth, and flowers of every color bloomed in every corner. A sparkling river ran through the fields, its water so clear that you could see the pebbles at the bottom and the fish swimming by. All the animals were friends and shared everything, from their food to their stories and laughter. Barnaby the rabbit loved to hop across the soft grass, his ears flopping with every joyful leap, while Penelope the squirrel was a great climber, always scampering up the tallest trees to gather acorns and wave to her friends below. Ferdinand the fox told the funniest jokes, making everyone giggle until their sides ached. They all lived in cozy homes made of logs and leaves, tucked safely beneath the shade of big, friendly trees. The wisest animal was Corvus the crow, who lived in a tall oak tree at the very center of the village, watching over everyone. Corvus was clever and kind, always ready to help with a problem, big or small. If someone lost a berry or needed a hand, Corvus was there in a flash, offering his wisdom and a gentle smile. He believed being smart was good, but being kind was even better, and he taught this to all his friends. Thanks to Corvus, Sunny Meadow was peaceful and happy, a place where everyone felt welcome. The animals felt safe and loved, knowing they could always count on each other. Every day, everyone played and laughed together, filling the air with joy and music. Life in Sunny Meadow was truly wonderful, and every animal knew they were part of a very special family. One bright morning, as the sun rose over Sunny Meadow, a huge, mysterious shadow crept across the grass, sending a shiver through the peaceful village. It was Boris the bear, enormous, grumpy, and clearly not from the village. His fur was shaggy, and his eyes looked tired and cross. He stomped into the village, each heavy step making the ground tremble and the windows rattle. Boris eyed the food store hungrily and declared in a booming voice, "All of this is mine now!" The animals gasped in shock. He rudely pushed past Penelope, not caring about anyone else, and gobbled up the food, not sharing a single crumb. The animals hid inside their homes, peeking out with wide, frightened eyes, feeling both scared and hungry. Barnaby, the bravest bunny in the village, hopped out and said with a trembling voice, "That food is for everyone, not just you." Boris just laughed loudly and carelessly pushed Barnaby aside, not listening at all. The animals watched helplessly, their hearts sinking, as Boris took everything for himself. The village, once full of laughter and color, now felt sad and grey. No one played, sang, or even smiled. The joy had vanished. Their tummies rumbled with hunger, and their hearts ached for happier days. Boris ate until he was full, and then fell asleep right on top of the food pile, guarding it jealously. The animals huddled together, whispering and worrying, knowing they had a big problem to solve. Sunny Meadow was no longer the happy place it used to be. The animals gathered at Corvus's oak tree, desperate for help. Penelope cried, "What can we do? Boris is too strong." Corvus thought hard, then spoke, "We don't need strength, we need brains." He saw Boris was big and grumpy, but not very smart. "I have a plan," Corvus announced. "We're not going to fight him, we're going to tickle him." The animals were puzzled, but listened closely. Penelope would gather feathers, Barnaby would sneak up, and Ferdinand would distract Boris if needed. Everyone had a job. It was a plan of teamwork and cleverness, not force. The animals felt hopeful again. They trusted Corvus's idea. Together, they prepared for the tickle feather surprise. Sunny Meadow was ready to get their happiness back. That afternoon, while Boris snored peacefully beneath the old oak tree, the animals' secret plan quietly began to unfold. Penelope, the clever rabbit, hopped around collecting the softest, fluffiest feathers she could find, while the other animals helped her search. She gave the biggest, most ticklish feather to Barnaby, who was both excited and nervous. Barnaby, heart pounding in his chest, crept ever so quietly toward the sleeping bear, careful not to make a sound or step on a twig. He reached out and gently tickled Boris's big, furry foot with the feather. At first, nothing happened, and everyone held their breath. Then, suddenly, Boris's foot twitched, and a slow, sleepy smile spread across his face. Barnaby tickled a little more, and soon Boris began to giggle, his deep voice rumbling with laughter until he laughed out loud. Soon, Boris was rolling on his back, laughing so hard that he completely forgot about being hungry or grumpy and even forgot about the food. The other animals peeked out from behind the bushes, their eyes wide with surprise, and started giggling too, unable to hold back their laughter. Laughter echoed through Sunny Meadow once again, as all the animals joined in, celebrating together. The grumpy bear, who once seemed so scary, was now just another friend, smiling and happy among the others. Boris laughed until he couldn't anymore, lying on his back and catching his breath, still smiling from ear to ear. The animals realized that even the biggest bully could be changed with a little cleverness, kindness, and a touch of laughter. The village felt alive with joy once more, and everyone knew that Sunny Meadow would always be a place for friends and fun. When Boris finally stopped laughing, he looked at the smiling animals. "You tickled me," he said, surprised. "You didn't fight me." Corvus replied, "In Sunny Meadow we share and laugh, not fight." Boris felt ashamed for being greedy. "I'm sorry," he said. "Can we share the food?" "Of course," cheered Penelope. They all shared the berries, nuts, and honey together. Boris even shared his special honey. From then on, Boris became a helpful friend, using his strength for good. Sunny Meadow was happier than ever. The animals learned you don't need to be the biggest to solve problems. Corvus often reminded them, being smart and kind is better than being strong and mean, and everyone in Sunny Meadow knew it was true.